Happy Thursday. Good afternoon. This is Denise Morrison from Intuitively Unique Coaching. I'm here to show my friend how to tone up her arms, boost her biceps, pump up her shoulders, and so on. So I love to share safe, functional exercise routines that fit right into your day and help you with your meal plan and your mindset. So you have that complete package. So here we go. You may only see half my body, which is so strange in the camera, but you do not need too much going on when you're just doing your upper body. So I'm going to choose a round of exercises that will work your shoulders, all angles of your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps, and then a little bit of your chest, a little bit of your lats, your back muscles. This is mostly from the standing position and bent position. There's other things that we could do on the floor, like push-ups, which I know you said that you weren't too fond of, and lat pullovers. So it just depends on how much weight you have. And she asked for a free weight routine, so I've got some free weights. So many ideas, but let's get started. So the first one, I'm going to go for the big muscle groups first, and I've got my 12 counter. So when you're doing big muscle groups, pick a bigger weight. So for me, doing a row, I'm going to just use 12 pounds. So when I do this row, I know you can't see me very well. The options are to bend your knees both together, or to bend one leg forward and one leg back. Okay, so I'm going to move a little closer. And as I'm leaning my front hand on my front knee, you're rowing back, just like you're starting up a lawnmower. That's the word. And when you do this, there's a few things to think about, my friend. Your belly button comes in towards your spine. I'll move back some. Your belly button's coming in towards your spine to engage your deeper core. When you do this, look down in front of you at the floor so that your chin is tucked like we talked about, like that little ball. So imagine your chin tucked gently, and then you're rowing back. And if you want to go deeper into the lunge, fantastic. Okay, I know my camera's a bit cut off there. I'm sorry about that. There we go. So, rowing back. And I'm just taking one arm at a time just to build each one individually. And now, if you have a heavy enough weight, the idea is to do 10 to 15 reps, and you're struggling for the last few, okay? And when I'm doing this, I'm rowing back and my elbows coming up towards the sky, shaving along my chest, okay? Let me show you from the other side. So I've bent down, I've got my front knee forward, my back leg straight, and I'm rowing, and I'm looking straight ahead. Chin gently tucked in, row. There goes the dog, sorry. Row, row, row your boat. And as I've always talked about, keeping your shoulders and your hips in line with your belly button forward, and you're rowing, okay? Row. So that's that. Next, I will grab my 8 pounds. Ooh, that was my floor. So I've got 8 pounds, and depending on your strength, start with the weights that you have. Start with 3 sets of 10. If that's too easy, do 3 sets of 12, or bump it up to 3 sets of 15. And then if that's too easy, buy some new weights, okay? Target, Walmart, Amazon. So shoulder press. So I've got my knees slightly bent, always to protect my back. My belly button's drawn in gently, and now I'm just gonna press and down. So I'm pressing straight up, right? Okay, and then the key here is not to lift your shoulders up to your trapezius muscles, up to your ears. Just keep them down. Push and down. Push. Shoulder press. Now you can play around with the angle. I've got my palms facing towards my head, and that's just one way to work my shoulders. You can turn your palms facing forward and then do another shoulder press that way. Okay. These are just suggestions. Listen to your body. I'm not sure of the dynamics of your shoulder girdle and your neck and your back. Okay. And then another one you can do is like a twist, come down, twist and hit, come down, twist, come down, come down. You gotta make that sound. Twist and come down. Okay, so there's a few options to build up your big shoulder muscles. Alrighty, next one. Have your water nearby. Just doing an upright row. So listening to your shoulder joint, I'm not sure if you had any issues, but if you tend to, make sure you're not lifting up too high and too heavy. Just drawing the weights up towards your chin, but my elbows are staying horizontal. Watch how my elbows just stop here. Okay, my chest is lifted, belly button's drawn in towards the spine. And down. Oh, and because I'm yapping along while I'm teaching you, another friend had an idea and asked me about breathing. So typically, if I'm working out and my mouth is shut, I breathe in through my nose, and then on the exertion, I exhale. So, okay? And once again, check that you're not using your trapezius muscles or you'll get headaches. So you're lifting from those shoulders and the elbows like somebody's pulling a string with your elbows up, okay? So that's your upright row. Shake that out a little bit. Put those down. So for your front and sides and backs of your shoulders, so that you look sexy in your your shirts and your bathing suits, this is PT talk here. I have my thumbs on my weights, okay? See how I have my thumbs facing up? There they are. I've got my thumbs facing forward. And when I do my shoulder lift, when I do my shoulder range of motion, the idea here is also to keep my shoulders down and back with my shoulder blades. So my shoulder blades are drawn together as if someone's pulling you in your bra area and you're pinning your shoulder blades back. Okay, so that we're avoiding this. We want this. Alrighty? Stable feet, belly button drawn in, pelvic floor up and in if you like. Chin gently down, lift, and down. So we're just going forward for the front aspects of the shoulder. Okay, straight up. And I do not go over 90 degrees. So I'm not going any higher just because I'm looking to protect my shoulders. And that's not the aim of this movement. Okay, so straight up and down. My arms are working hard. My elbows are slightly bent. Okay. Okay, so I'm just giving you a suggestion. Alrighty, so that's 10 to 15 reps of each of these. You can do the whole thing. I can go and repeat that 3 times and be done with that exercise, or I can go through each one of these I give you in sequence. You can stop, rest, and then do each one again for 10 to 15 reps. It's up to you. Make it fun for you. Do something that you like. Next one, I'm going to go into lateral raises out to the side. My thumbs are still pointing up. My shoulders are back and down, and down. So this one I really like to enforce that I'm pushing through my feet that you can't see, sorry, but I have feet down there, and I'm lifting and down. Watch the trapezius, keep them down, lift and down. Elbows are slightly bent, moving the arms away from the body, working the sides of the shoulder. There we go. It is so hot here in Norfolk, Virginia. I think it was 76 when I was walking the dog an hour ago. We have the air conditioning on. Woo! Mother Nature is in menopause. Frightening. Okay, so that's lateral raises. Next one, bending over slightly. And now I've switched to where I'm using 2 hands at a time just to save time for you and me. But you can always do 1 arm at a time, okay? If it's easier on your body to gain more control and symmetry, that's fine. Or you can do it 2 at a time, okay? Next one, I'm just gonna do back shoulder extension, so straight back. All right, so notice my arms are straight, my elbows are straight. I'm just slightly bent. And if you do not like that squatted bent position, gosh, I gotta be able to show you, sorry. Hey! Woo! I hope my camera doesn't fall over. Can you see my legs there? There we go. So I'm bent over like this, boobies facing forward, belly button facing forward, belly button engaged, hips facing forward. Extension, okay? Just lifting up and down. And I love this because I tend to lean forward throughout the day, look down, and it helps me build back of my shoulders to help my posture, to keep me upright in the world. Okay? And there. So you see that? Straight back and straight back. And switch up your legs if you need to. Take a break. All right, so that's shoulders just, and rotator cuff. Now we'll go into biceps. Biceps, I'm going to grab a heavier weight. So depending on what you have at home, like I said, it should be challenging. You should be sweating. Your muscles should be hurting when you're using the weight, so make sure you use heavy enough. So we can do straight biceps curls. So all great postural cues, and curl. And I like to do this where my shoulder blades are down and back and my elbows are pinned to my side. Curl and down. And even if you do not have weights, you can fill up water bottles with water or rice, coins. You can get canned food and lift, okay? You can invest in those rubber bands and do a TheraBand kind of move. All right, so we're working the biceps now, curling up at the same time. So I told you, if that's too much, curl one and then curl the other, okay? But listen to your body, allow your breath to flow, and work in your range of motion. Your range of motion is what's available. So if some of you can only get to here, that's cool until you work past it. If you have any injuries, mind you, message me privately. That's something else to hash out, to modify. Okay, so bicep curls. Shake that out. You can do hammer curls. All right, just give you another one for the biceps. Boom, like you're hammering. Who's gonna do that? Hammer curls. There we go. What does this look like? Our anatomy teacher that we love so much called the biceps the telephone answering muscle. And I think that's really funny because when we use play telephones with our kids in pre-K, they don't know what it is to answer a phone with a cord. It's very strange. But anyway, some of you know what a phone looks like with a cord. So biceps hammer curls. You see how that's going on? I should show you from the side to make sure you see. Shoulder down and back, curl. And see how slow and steady and controlled you want to be. Because if you've all seen those people at the gym swinging, no man, no how. Don't do it, okay? So that was biceps. You got the regular curls and the hammer curls. I'll leave it at that. Let's work our triceps, the flabby wings. I'm going to drop one weight and show you on an angle. So I'm going to come into that stance position, spread stance, which is better for the back. If you'd like to do these double into a squat, knock yourself out. So I'm going to show you one arm, okay? So see how my humerus bone, my shoulder bone here, arm bone, is parallel with the floor. I'm looking towards my front foot and I'm kicking back and coming together. So, and draw in. So these are triceps kickbacks. So you're working the back of your arm. Same thing, 10 to 15 reps. Feel out your body. How does it feel? Okay, so you're extending. And the push out is where you get that muscle pumping, okay? And back, so tricep kickbacks. So if you'd like to see what it looks like doing double, if you're saving your time and you're just building your cardio, watch me. I look like I'm flying at you. Ouch, that hurts. See how I look? But I would be looking, if you're doing this, you're looking down at the floor, bent over, belly button drawn in, tricep kickbacks. And now you're looking down my top. Okay, tricep kickbacks. Boom, 2 arms, okay? 2 arms. And pause and feel that squeeze, okay? Ooh. So, next one for the triceps. There's a lot of ways to do this. You can do tricep dips, or you can do the overhead skull crusher. So it just depends on what you guys like, but I will show you a little skull crusher. So what happens is, you take one weight. I'm going to take one weight. I'm going to spread my legs wide just for video's sake. So you're bringing the humerus, the arm bone, up where the elbow's pointing towards the sky, and then you're going to extend and hammer up with the heel of the hand, working your triceps, and you can support your arm staying back with the opposite arm. Okay, so let me turn from the side and show you. I'll just get down here. Okay, so that arm is holding me back, and I'm lifting up. See? And bam. Okay. Ooh, let's try the other side. That's tired. Okay, so I've got my arm pressed back. Be careful with your shoulders and your neck. And extend. Ooh. Extend. And push. So, as you can see, my shoulder doesn't have a lot of range of motion because it's been locked and limited. But if you do, just support your shoulder so it does not go into a dangerous range, okay? And like I said before, you can do 2 of those at a time. I recommend sitting down or being in a nice stable position, and you can do 2 at a time. Ooh, I can see how different my arms are. So I know this sounds crazy and narcissistic, but like I'm doing for you, take out your camera or your mirror and watch yourself and match your joints up so they're moving in the same way, okay? Oh, that's tiring. Alrighty, one more for the shoulder. I almost forgot. My favorite is a shoulder fly. They call them flies, rear delt. So you're working the back of your shoulder here and also between your shoulder blades, which I love working there because we keep ourselves erect. We work on our back posture in the middle, okay? So I'm going to show you from the front. I'm deep in my knee bend, and if that's too much, you can always extend one leg, like I said, into a lunge. So you've got everything queued up. Neck's drawn down, belly button's in, and fly. So my elbows are slightly bent, and I'm raising my arms out to the side, squeezing shoulder blades, ooh, and down. Okay, let me move back so you can see me flying. So my recommendation though, if you have any lumbar spine, disc issues, it's dangerous to bend forward and hold weights in your hand. The amount of pressure on your discs and spine is scary. So if you were to do this, make sure your weights are light enough, but you can also come into that lunge position. So let me show you that. Lunging position always protects your back a lot more, distributes the weight. Engage that belly button towards the spine. Gently draw it in, and then that is going to protect you when you come into this bend. And watch so that you're not rounded, that your spine is in neutral. So I'm doing the fly action again in this angle, fly. Okay? And if you want to just see what it feels like to fly without the weights, just get the hang of squeezing the shoulder blades back together. Squeeze and down. And that feels really awesome. Squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. And like I said, you can go through that, take a break, and then you can repeat each one of those. So you've tackled shoulders, rotator cuff, biceps, triceps, a little bit of your chest, a little bit of your back. Feel free to jump into some push-ups, push-up, tricep push-ups, or regular push-ups. I do push-ups on my knees still. I have push-up, I'll show you, hang on. Whoop. I have push-up stands, so I can do my push-ups better. See this little stand device that I hold my grip much easier, but there's so many options depending on how your body needs to do it. So, I think that's all I was gonna mention. If she has any questions, that friend of mine who asked about toning up her upper body, drop them below. And I'm looking always for some cool ideas. If you have questions or need assistance in some body part that you just don't know how to work or you have issues with, maybe I can help you. And you can message me. And it'll be my challenge to help you create a program or a routine that fits for your body. So, time to get the son off to karate. So, Stretching is another day. I will talk to you all. Hey, friends! I can't see. I should be wearing my glasses so I can see who's talking to me. There you are. Hey, guys. I gotta go. Karate time.